Hey everybody, Dan Pre from Motoprimo Motorsports in Lakeville, Minnesota, and today I want to show you around the 2018 Triumph 765 Street Triple RS. This is the top of the line Street Triple. They do make 3 models of this, plus a low model in the R spec. The standard model is the S. Essentially, it is a 2017 and prior Street Triple with a new motor in it, new chassis, but similar features to the older bike. We actually, in the United States, didn't get a lot of those. We get Rs and RSs, which is really the bike to have because the R spec's going to get you in, which is this guy here, to the nicer suspension setups, the nicer brakes, and the full TFT display with all the ride modes and all that. But jumping up to the RS, we'll go over some of the features here. From the factory, you get the better tires, which are going to be more track compound, so a lot sportier. They're going to be the Pirelli Diablos, the Diablo Corsas, so they're very sticky tires. Don't expect to get a lot of life out of them if you're just riding highway commuting, but expect to get a lot of stickiness out of them if you're going to go out and hit the back roads and really have some fun on the bike. This bike also comes standard with Triumph's quick shifter. Now this is going to be similar to the Daytona, which if you watch my Daytona video, it is just quick shift up on this bike, but it is extremely fast, fun to use. It's going to shift faster than you can. Also on this bike, you're going to get upgraded suspension, monoblock Brembo brakes up front, ABS, traction control. Now these forks up front are going to be fully adjustable. Something to keep in mind there if you're going to do track days, something like that. If you're a more aggressive rider and you have some experience adjusting suspensions, this is adjustable. Rear shock is going to be an Öhlins unit. It's an RSU, so not as advanced as what the Daytona R came with, but it is still a really nice adjustable unit, remote reservoir, and easy to use. Now, if you watch the Daytona videos at all of these Triumphs come with the fairly quick release rear fenders attachments, so you can get rid of this if you're going to do track days pretty easily. Same with the blinkers, they're going to come off really nice and easy, just one bolt, and that's just a quick detach cable there, so you can take those out, so no messing around trying to tape everything up. And then the big deal on these bikes is going to be when you key them on. So you got this beautiful display, full color, and 6 different displays on the dash. So there's just a nice little easy to use lever right here. It's a 5-way, so left, right, up, down, and an enter button. So you can change. I usually leave contrast on auto because they'll change for lighting. But you have a high and a low light setting, so you can see it no matter what. You can change that if you like. Lap timers, coolant temperatures, basically all the stuff you're gonna need to know about your bike. Your miles per gallon, instant, average, and empty range, basically. Also, you have a home button over here, right underneath the kill switch, which is all integrated with the starter button. If you push home, this screen comes up, and you can go in and you can actually make modifications to your dash. This is pretty cool. So you can go into riding modes, and I'm still using that 5-way toggle because it does everything on the left-hand grip. So riding modes, you can go into your rider programmable settings. Sorry for the lighting that's going on here, but let's see if we can move a little bit. You can go into your ABS settings. You can set that up however you like. So track is obviously going to be a lot less intervention. Road's going to be a little bit safer. You can set up your map. So this is going to be for throttle response. So depending on how you normally like to ride. So rain's going to be the least aggressive. So safe, moderate, full-on fun. Then you got TC, which is traction control. You can set that up however you like, depending on your road conditions and how you normally ride. Your styles, so you can set those up individually for ride modes, so you can have exactly the style you want to come up. Set that up, and if you feel like you messed it all up, you got to reset to default. Now you can do this in all of these. You can go into rain mode and you can make alterations. You're missing a couple options in here. It's because the rider mode is really the only full customizable one, where the other modes are fairly set to where they should be, so you're not getting all the options. So you can see your ABS is in sport mode, is in, you have one mode to choose from. Your maps, you have two modes to choose from. Two modes to choose from there. That's pretty much it. Track settings is going to be kind of the same deal, where you can set it up however you like, but you're still missing a couple settings. But obviously more settings to mess with for the track settings. You can go to bike setup. You can. This is actually really nice. So indicators, you either do automatic or manual. This is going to depend on if you switch, if you take them out, so you don't get the error message on the bottom, or if you change to LED. It'll have sensors in them to be able to tell what kind of bulbs you have in there. They come with just standard halogen bulbs. You go in here and you can actually fully turn off your ABS settings, fully turn off your traction control settings, or see when you need your next service. So this bike is 492 miles, which is basically your first service, or 300 days from now, and you can fully reset this and go. So if you change your oil yourself, you can go in there and set that up. Trip 1, your trip setup is basically like anything else. You can basically come in and reset these, or you can set up to just take off the trip 2 if you don't want it. Display setup, there's a lot of stuff here. Themes are going to be your styles, so that's going to show. Automatic's kind of fun to use because it changes as you ride, but you can individually select these styles, and these won't show up on the dash as something that you can change unless you select one of these styles. So we'll do that just so you guys can see what it looks like. So brightness, which is contrast on the main screen, you can change that here if you like. Same deal here, you can change that here if you like. And then visible tray, this is everything that can be displayed on the dash that you want displayed. So if you don't want your trip 2, go in here, unselect it. You don't care about fuel status, service intervals, you don't care about contrast, you can come in here and unselect it or select it, and that will change what displays on the main screen. Language, so if you're in another country, which I know some of you are, you can set this up to be set in your favorite language, or if you just speak another language more fluently than English, there you go. Units, so if you go from the United States out of the United States, because we use miles per hour, ours is a little bit different than what most people use. You can put it in kilometers, and you can have a more accurate display of what you like to see. Same with temperature. If you're more of a C person or Fahrenheit, I am from America originally, so I'm more of a Fahrenheit guy. And then tire pressures, so you can see what like tire pressures, things like that, are going to come out in. So if you know bar or KPA better, you can go there. Yeah, set up your clock, your date, and your gear shift indicator. I would definitely set this. It's disabled right now. We'll put it at running in because this bike needs to be running. I would set this up. So as soon as I would leave it in running in until your bike's gone through its first 500 mile service, and then do user defined. And I would set this wherever you're comfortable at. Now, red line's a little over 12,000 RPM, so that's usually where I would keep it. But look at dyno graphs and things like that, and how you ride, and decide for yourself. Then you got lap timer, and then reset to defaults. So if you push the home button, which is right here, this will bring you back to this, and I can show you the different screens real quick. So styles, this is style 1, style 2, style 3. If you have this set up in automatic mode, it will change between depending on how you ride. More aggressive being style 2 and 3, and then least aggressive being style 1. Now there's 6 of these. There's two sets of themes. You can switch between all of them. You just have to go back into the menu and go to theme 1 or theme 2, and then select style, and then you can go through the next set also. But that's something cool about these bikes. I would fire this up and run it, but I'm sure you've heard it run before, and it is middle of winter here, so I want to make sure we don't run these things in the store today. But we'll do a test drive video, run video when it comes to springtime, and hopefully you guys can watch that. Appreciate you watching the video, guys. If you have any questions at all, give us a call, 952-465-0506. My name's Dan. I'm the Triumph Champion here at Motoprimo, and we'll see you in the next video.